Meta is something we should all be afraid of. Meta is the embodiment of big tech really going all in on every single terrible thing in tech right now. We're talking about NFTs, cryptocurrencies, and a social credit system? Yeah, all of that is what we're going to be talking about today when it comes to the metaverse, or just Meta in general as a company and what they stand for. Of course, do like the video, it really does help, and subscribe. So, what's going on with Meta? What do I mean? Why should we all be afraid of this platform? I mean, I've been saying since day one that we don't want Facebook to have control over really anything. I mean, we already have enough data leaks with the phones we have already. We already being tracked by apps and different things across the internet, cookies following us, and we have ways of getting rid of all those things. However, with Meta, I feel like it's going to be this closed environment that doesn't allow us to pick and choose what tracks us, what data is taken from us. And when we're talking about closed environments, now we're hearing that Meta is not only making a digital currency, but it's not even going to be a cryptocurrency. Now, a cryptocurrency is normally a decentralized currency, so no one thing or person controls it. Instead, Meta is creating their own virtual currency that they will have complete control of. Now, if they really want us to live in this virtual world and spend most of our free time in it, that would mean Facebook controls all of the money. And I know a lot of people out there are going to say, well, this is just like a mobile game or a video game that has its own virtual currency in it. It's not that big of a deal. You don't really live in those environments. You don't get paid in those environments. Call of Duty coins, you're not getting paid in Call of Duty coins. You're not getting paid in V-Bucks. You're not getting paid in those made up virtual currencies. When you put things out on YouTube or create something, you get paid in real money. But Facebook/Meta want to pay creators with their own virtual currency that they control. This means there's an extra little step to turn that fake money into real money, and if it's anything like any other big company out there, there's going to be some sort of percentage charge, or they're going to take a cut somehow when you decide to cash out. And it's even more creepy that they are internally in Facebook/Meta calling them Zuck bucks. Yeah, their currency that they're going to control, they're calling Zuck bucks in the office. And I know it's probably a joke. It's not something to be alarmed about, but that kind of alarms me. Picturing Mark Zuckerberg's face on any sort of money with any amount of real control is terrifying. Now, let's get to even more dystopian news. Apparently, Meta is exploring social tokens or reputation tokens, which could be issued as rewards for meaningful contributions in Facebook groups. What? What does that even mean? Now, first of all, it's already alarming that there are multiple currencies that are going to exist inside Meta, because multiple currencies are always something bad when it comes to video games. And again, it already exists. There's already coins, gems, all of these different types of currencies just to make it confusing of how much money you've spent and make you not really think about it. And the fact that this is not only a different currency, and not only are there multiple currencies to confuse you, they're social tokens, they're reputation tokens. This is sounding a lot like the social credit system over in China, where they monitor your behavior, and if you have a socially acceptable behavior, congratulations, you've got a high score. But if you don't, you spoke out against the government, you lost some of that credit. So what if Facebook/Meta hears you saying some bad things about the company because something comes out like, oh no, we accidentally sold all your data again? What if they took away your currency in the metaverse because you spoke against them? What if you lost some of those social points or coins or those reputation coins in your game? Is it going to make people more unlikely to speak against their company by controlling these different currencies? I know this is a lot of doomsaying and this is a lot of speculation, but from what we've seen in just the examples we have already, which is video games and mobile phone things, this is going to be another money sink for people if it ever catches on. Okay, real quick, if it ever catches on, it's going to be a huge money sink. And I have to add that little asterisk because I still don't think that this is going to catch on. Now, I know a lot of people thought Facebook wasn't going to catch on. People thought the internet was a fad, but this just doesn't seem like it has the legs to do anything because they've already shown what the metaverse is and how pathetic it looks so far and how just overall it seems like they don't really know what they're doing over at Meta. They don't know what this new product is and they're losing millions and millions of dollars. And because they're losing millions, I would argue that's why they're coming up with all these different currencies to make it as confusing as possible. So when it does catch on even a little bit, they get enough whales to make up for all of those losses. But not only that, it is scary to see how this might affect people's behavior in this metaverse or even on Facebook, because it says even in Facebook groups, if you're saying things that people like, if you're agreeing with the majority, there you go. You get some social credit. You get some social coins. And I don't like anything that really gears people towards just wanting to appease the masses and trying to change the way they think or make other people think that they think the way they think to get inverse coins or whatever, or on Twitter, likes, or on Reddit, upvotes, people just saying things, just trying to get their social credit in one way or another, whether it be just a dopamine of a like on Twitter or an upvote on Reddit just because they're saying things that they think people want to hear. Turning that into a currency, not just a dopamine hit, is going to make that addiction for people even worse. And I feel like, we've already seen Facebook's reputation with creating extremists. I feel like this is only going to make it worse. Because again, we're talking about Facebook groups, which has constantly been something that has created issues in our country and others. So now that there's this currency, maybe in these extremist groups, they're going to try to mold more people into their ideologies by giving them these social coins, and maybe that will trigger people into becoming even more brainwashed into stuff. A lot of people are going to be saying, oh, Facebook's taking care of that. Those don't exist anymore. Facebook is doing a great job at moderation. No, they're not. This whole thing just screams greed, and it screams future issues. Because we've already seen what Facebook has done without having anything monetized behind it. Now we're going to have monetized opinions on Facebook and Meta. And yeah, you could probably say that even on YouTube, people have tried to monetize the opinions that they think people will like. But I don't know. This just seems like a step in a scary direction, and I'm not looking forward to it. I don't want our social media or whatever the meta is supposed to be. I don't want all of our free time to be stuck in this virtual world where it's got multiple currencies to confuse you and trick you into spending as much money as possible and influencing people to be just different people. So I could be crazy, but if anybody told somebody in the past what Facebook has created, I think they'd think they're crazy as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, if you think that this is just spelling more doom in the future and more issues, or if you think it probably isn't as bad as I'm saying, which I would love for you guys to convince me otherwise. Of course, subscribe for more content, and as always, have a fantastic day. See you, everybody.